Hello, this is Mrs. White, and I'm going to try to explain the greatest common factor and the least common multiple strategy that we use. So I have two numbers here, 32 and 80. The first step that I do is the prime factorization tree, which is getting prime numbers multiplied together to equal these two. So let's start with 32. 32, I can do 4 and 8. 4 is 2 times 2. This is 2 times 4. And then 4 goes down to 2 times 2. Okay. Now for 80, there's many different ways you can do the pairs. It will always end up the same prime numbers. 80, 10 and 8. 2 and 5, 2 and 4, and then this goes down to 2 and 2. All right, so these are all the prime numbers here for 80, and these are all the prime numbers for 32. So for the greatest common factor, I put these 1 times 2 times 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 2s right there. And for 80 is 1, 2, 3, 4 2s and 1 5. So I'm going to do 4 2s, 3, 4, and 1 5. Okay, now what I do is circle the common ones. This is common. This is common. This is common, and this is common. Now there's no other 2s down here, and there's no other 5s up here. So these are the ones that I'm going to multiply together. So I take 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So 16 is the greatest common factor of both 32 and 80. I know it's a factor because it is smaller than the two numbers. Okay? Now, when I do a multiple, the least common multiple, it's going to be bigger than 32 and 80. Because you have to because you're multiplying numbers together to equal these. So I have to find out what the least common multiple is of these two. Now what I do a factor tree just like this. I have all these numbers and I can find the least common multiple from this factor tree. How I do that is I do an exponential form. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 2 to the 5th power is 32. And 80 is 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 to the 4th power and 5 times 5. Okay, whenever you have a single number, that is just, it's always a 1. To the 1st power. Okay, now for the least common multiple, I take all the numbers but the greatest power of the numbers. So for 2, 5 is the greatest power. Now for 5, there's no other 5, so I just do 5. Okay, now I know 5 to the 5th power is 32 times and then 5. Just multiply these two together. 32 times 5 is 160. So the least common multiple is 160. Again, what you want to remember is you take every number but the highest power of each number. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helps.